What is going on, everyone? Today we are going to be live streaming about twice a day, or at least just today. We are going on with some hosts from Bitcoin Census. We're going to be talking with Rodrigo and I believe Natoshi as well on the Twitter space. So definitely go ahead and smash that like button for me right now. And we're going to go ahead and join that space in a little bit. We're going to be talking about not Twitter. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin overall, thoughts and opinions moving forward, and then we're going to go ahead and see how things go. It is a Twitter space. You know how Twitter spaces go, usually unplanned, but I thought I would go ahead and record this. And then as usual, we're going to go ahead and do our own live stream where we go ahead and talk over the charts, specifically about the projects that we're in, Pepe 2.0 and all the other few. So definitely go ahead and stay tuned. Make sure to watch to the end of the video, and let's go ahead and join the Twitter space.
Thing, of course. It is pretty good, of course. I like this kind of news. But the thing with news that we are playing that is playing out right now. So, but the thing with the news is that we cannot predict it. Yeah.
No,
But of
100%, right?
course,
And I think,
if when I say that we can reach low levels here, I'm just saying it like not on the longer time frame, just on the short, maybe mid time term. But of course, on the longer time frame, I think that this good news that we are hearing about right now is going to play out. You know what I mean? Not like on the short period, but on the future, on the next bull cycle that is coming next year, for example. I think that then we are going to see this impact. But for the short term right
Happy.
now, for the maybe midterm, I think we can still see some more movement to the downside.
so that just looking now, like looking the compared to the pump we had with the ETF news, you know, we've lost 2/3 of that already now since that
Exactly.
day, and I was already ruining some of my decisions I've made since then for my investment.
Mhm.
So, but anyway, that's part of the game. And
Yeah,
let me just see if I can get John on.
sure.
I'm just going to, if anybody has a question or wants to share anything,
Can you
please
guys
put
hear
your
me pretty
hand up.
well?
Yes, we can, very clear.
Awesome. How's everyone doing today?
Pretty good, thank you. It's cold and miserable here in the UK, but apart from that,
How about yourself,
so
Rodrigo? How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome, and you?
Awesome. I'm doing good. Can't complain. I was just listening in right now what you were saying about your overall look into Bitcoin. It's actually quite interesting because I was actually talking about with my community. I live stream almost 4 hours. Can you believe that? I don't know how I do it sometimes. I ask myself that. How do I
Great.
live stream for 4 hours?
caffeine is the answer.
There you go. Caffeine. But yeah, so we were actually talking about this with my community yesterday. And we were talking about how, in my opinion, I believe that Bitcoin is looking quite bearish. It looks like the whole entire thing with Grayscale was more of a like buy the rumor, sell the news event. I don't know why people would get too excited about, about what was going on with the Grayscale and the SEC. If you really go ahead and think about it, and we were talking about that with my community, it's like, yeah, institutional, buy-ins and the fact that they'll have this kind of leverage, I guess, if you want to call it, it's somewhat bullish. But overall, it's not too good, right? We know that once institutions do begin to go ahead and come in, they will be able to have more influence than they already do in the market. So we were talking about that with my community. A lot of them were saying that they believe that it was more of a buy the rumor, sell the news, and that for them personally, they didn't really believe the whole entire Grayscale hype. And I was in that boat too, right? Because I was actually getting ready to short Bitcoin and short a whole bunch of other alts as well, and meme coins. And luckily I didn't place any shorts because I was like, you know what, we're still in an area where it looks quite neutral. I went to the basics, right? And I always tell this to my community: don't get influenced by the hype, because the SEC, grayscale lawsuit BS really was no bullishness into the market. It was just a reaction of the way that people reacted to that, in my opinion, wasn't really too positive, right? Because if you were still looking at what was really going on in front of our faces, the DXY was still doing its thing. Now we're seeing the DXY slightly go down. And I was telling my community a lot. By the way, if you guys want to go ahead and see this live, go ahead and tune into my channel, Altcoin John. I'm live streaming this as well. So if you're more of a visual person, you can go ahead and see this in my chart. But either way, I'm going to keep it very, very simple. I was telling my community that we wanted to go ahead and see the DXY fall below the 103.0.38 before we could go ahead and be celebrating about Bitcoin going finally going back up. And right now, just looking at the charts right now, it looks like the DXY did actually bounce from that strong area of support. So it looks like all that hype literally just got thrown out the door. And that's one of the reasons why I told my community, be very, very careful. Stick to the basics. Look at what is going on in front of our faces, right? The DXY and Bitcoin dominance. None of that has changed. And the rest of it is noise in the streets. And that's exactly what happened with Grayscale. It looks like a lot of people got wrecked shorting, and a lot of people got wrecked going long. So it's like one of those things where if you don't feel comfortable trading right now, I would highly recommend, stay in the sideline, stick to what you believe, because I almost fell for the trap myself. I almost FOMO'd into knowing that the pump that just happened wasn't a real pump. So I really do suggest everyone, obviously not financial advice, but most importantly, go ahead and stick to what you believe in and what you truly feel comfortable with. If you don't feel comfortable trading right now, that's okay. Be in the sidelines and go ahead and trade whenever you feel comfortable. There's going to be a lot of people making money both sides, up and down. There's people that made money placing a long during while everybody was shorting. I know Rodrigo did, and it's vice versa for other people, right? A lot of people lost money because they had a short and they got liquidated, and I was gonna be one of those. I was getting ready to place shorts because there was no bullish scenario whatsoever if you really looked at the charts, and then really out of nowhere this whole entire grayscale BS ended up flying everything. But I think it was more of a liquidation grab. That's what it really was, in my opinion. And I think that's why now we're seeing literally, crypto right now taking a hit. So I just want to go ahead and remind everyone, go ahead and continue to look at what is making sense. The DXY still is at a very critical area of resistance. It was at a very critical area of support. And I told my community, wait till the end of the week to really get a really great indicator to see whether we should be longing or shorting this market. So DXY and Bitcoin dominance is what I always go for. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. I feel like I talk a little too much.
I was just about to ask you a question, John, actually, so let's do it that way. There was some interesting news that's come out today that a New York judge has deemed Ethereum a commodity. Obviously, before only the SEC it was only Bitcoin that the SEC, they never confirmed that their view on Ethereum, and this was a class action case, and with Uniswap involved, and a judge with their opinion in the US has come out and said Ethereum is a commodity. So I wanted to get your view on this. I think this hasn't really cycled through all the crypto media yet, but I'll be very interested to think your view on ETH at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't even know that myself. I actually had to go ahead and pull out the article myself, and I am actually reading this, and it's actually quite interesting, right? Because like I mentioned, I went in this little tinfoil thing with my whole entire community yesterday on live stream, and we were sharing our opinions of what we really believe that's going on in the markets, right? And I told my community this: we need to go ahead and really focus on the basic things, right? I know the question was at Ethereum, but what is always going to happen is the US is always going to do whatever it takes to go ahead and create scares in the market, because right now there is a lot of people that trade in the US, a lot of people that do believe in crypto that are from the US, and I know that based on my viewership from YouTube, right? And what I tell everybody is, the U.S. is going to go ahead and do whatever it takes to go ahead and move this market, whether it's going to be to the downside or to the upside. And one of the biggest issues right now is that the U.S. is really far behind compared to other countries. And right now, the U.S. is actually going into the issue with BRICS and all these other nations coming up with their own digital currency because they no longer want to have influence into the U.S., right? Because the U.S. does its thing, whatever the case is. What I'm trying to say overall is that a lot of these nations don't no longer want to go ahead and be part of the petrodollar, right? They don't want to be dependent to the U.S. So when the U.S. does things such as like what is going on with the Ripple, when there's bigger problems such as Gary Gensler, he was almost basically part of FTX. I don't want to say part of it, but he did have some say in it, right? And Gensler has also been in a very interesting area where he's promoted blockchain and crypto. He's tried applying, working for Binance, didn't go his way, and now he's coming after crypto, right? So what I'm trying to say overall is that right now the U.S. overall is lacking the fact that they haven't been involved too much on crypto or blockchain. And that's really their way to go ahead and scare the market, to go ahead and scare retail in order for them to go ahead and buy the dips on a lot of these coins. Because right now, every other country that I know of, it's pretty much doing its own thing. They're not really relying too much on the petrodollar. They could go ahead and do very well without the U.S. And I think the U.S. is trying to look for a way to go ahead and pivot in order to go ahead and start implementing blockchain into a lot of their companies, right? We're already seeing that with PayPal right now. They came out with their own stable coin. We all know that a lot of these companies are looking to go ahead and join into the part of whether it's crypto or blockchain and accept it, because they do know that all these other countries are moving forward with technology while the U.S. is still lacking. So in my opinion, it's going to go back to what I just said earlier. This is all noise in the streets. We could go ahead and sit here and really look at what's really going on, but at the end of the day, a lot of these altcoins or cryptocurrencies are decentralized. So if you are in the US and they go ahead and regulate it, really, I don't know how they're going to regulate the decentralized markets. So for me personally, I'm really ignoring a lot of what this is saying. Like, this is more of an entertainment for me at this point, because whatever they want to go ahead and do, they can't stop DeFi. And that's the reason why they're trying to go ahead and scare everybody, because they know they can't stop DeFi, and they're looking for every way and every excuse to go ahead and scare retail into not buying crypto. So whenever the US is ready to go ahead and do their move, which everybody's assuming 2024 to 2025 because of BlackRock doing the ETFs, that is going to be bullishness in the market, in the sense where people are going to feel more comfortable. Now they're going to be able to have their financial advisors, invest for them in Bitcoin. So those are going to be more for the normies, right? The people that are not too interested into the DeFi markets. And it could be a good thing or a bad thing. But overall, it just really depends on what your kind of point of view is. I know you mentioned that you were very, very heavily into the DeFi space. I'm very heavily into the DeFi space. So like any of this that comes out just really makes me laugh, because we both know that there's no way of stopping this. It's kind of like what goes on with servers, right? They could go ahead and try to prevent servers worldwide, but at the end of the day, it's going to take a lot of effort, and I don't see how they're going to go ahead and stop DeFi.
Well, prohibition is not famous for necessarily working, right? Be that alcohol, guns, drugs, whatever it is, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. You can't uninvent these things, and you can't stop people doing it if they want it, right? So this is why I've always been a big DeFi advocate. Although I've certainly reduced my holdings of I've become more of a Bitcoin maxi over the last 18 months, and I guess reordered my portfolio based on that. But I still love the technology that the DeFi wave has brought forth, And I think what's going to be most interesting to me is how Bitcoin is adopting those technologies, right? What we're seeing with the layer twos, what we're seeing, how can Bitcoin become a payment mechanism, how we can scale it better. But for a store of value, we know, of course, it's the ultimate asset to have. And I really think as well, like even within the crypto community, there's the amount of attention that is being focused on the evolution of Bitcoin is minuscule. You know, there's too much hype around some of the meme coins, some of the other altcoins, but Bitcoin itself is evolving, and it doesn't, apart from the Bitcoin conference in Miami, it doesn't seem to like get enough excitement and attention. You know, it's still seen as a niche thing, even with the wider crypto ecosystem. And this is for me is what is surprising, but also I still see a lot of opportunity there, because I just don't think that once that story is told better, once it reaches that point where it's so simple on your mobile phone to do this stuff, we can have some kind of revolution, you know. So I'm not saying countries will fall, but a revolution of sorts. But it's still a bit niche in some of those areas. Let's ask some questions before I start waffling again about revolution. So let's read out some names and try and encourage someone to ask a question or share a thought. So how about Rob or T or Tobias or Ted or Mikhail, 87? You're giving away your age. I guess it was your age. Or how about Chief Toad? Do any of you guys want to put up your hand and ask us a question or share a thought? We'd love to get some other voices on this space.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we are saying that. That's why we are trying this space, right? Because we want to have a better contact with the audience. So you guys can use this opportunity to talk to us, to ask us some questions. Because usually through YouTube, it is harder to do this kind of thing, you know. So if you have anything, if you have any questions, just ask us there.
We've got Chief Toad coming on. I'm going to mute. I will give him the conch. The platform is yours. Yeah, we can hear you, my friend. Please go ahead. Ask us a question. Share your thoughts.
Oh, okay. So I've been on the crypto space like not quite long, early this year. So I'm just happy to be here, just to say a big thank you, and also to ask a little bit of question about the gen and the altcoin, like, because I started researching on the gen recently, and it's more of like follow the news, like follow the money, like get in and get out quickly. So I just want to know, like, is there like a particular tool to figure out what coin that is gonna pump? Like, you know, to not actually, I know how to figure out a coin that can rock and like legit coins, but I'm just trying to know like how to spot a coin that is gonna like make it maybe like 2x or 3x something, then get out, like go from market. So I just want to know if anybody can help or like throw some answers.
John, do you want to take this one? I know we were talking about this just last week.
Yeah, of course. So hope you're doing well today, Chief Toad. So I actually do talk about this a lot with my community, and I'm actually glad you asked this question. It's really one of those those answers where I could give you the information, but I can give you the exact, you will never, let me tell this to everybody, right? You will never know exactly when the top and the bottom is, right? All you can really do is go ahead and analyze and predict where possibly a bottom and a top could be, right? So when it comes to me personally, when it comes to these altcoins, because I like trading altcoins a lot with my community because of the opportunity of, doing like a 2x, like you mentioned, or a 20x, right? The way you go ahead and analyze these, for me personally, and what my community does, is that we use a tool called dextools.io. I'm sure you probably heard about it. And then usually what we do is we look at the coins that are pumping at the moment, and we go ahead and analyze them. Usually when coins come out brand new, I always recommend everybody in my community that you don't want to invest no more than $50 to $100, right? No, obviously not financial advice. And if you do want to throw in a little bit more because you're feeling like this project is going to do very well, you can go ahead and throw in 200. But I always tell my community that when it comes to meme coins, do realize that 99% of them are scams and 99% of them will fail. And there's really that truly 1% that you really don't know unless you have insider information that they're going to tell you, hey, this project is going to go to this high, right? You can't predict it. So what I recommend is that, let's say, for example, and this is what I tell my community, if you're looking to go ahead and invest, let's say $1,000 into an altcoin or a meme coin, usually this works for the meme coins. Instead of throwing $1,000 into one project, you go ahead and divide it into 10 different projects, right? So you throw in $100 into 10 different projects, and then all you really want to go ahead and analyze is by going to coin market cap and looking at what is trending. So looking for different metas, right? So for example, when Pepe pumped, if you missed out on Pepe, you still had opportunity to jump and make other money on other projects because the whole entire hype was around frogs, right? Recently, the new meta was Telegram trading bots. So the question is, how do you really find this? So you really want to go ahead and look at this literally daily, look at what is trending, look at the projects, and then usually all it takes is one project to go ahead and do its sting, and then the rest of the projects usually go ahead and start, and that is called a meta. So they have the Pepe meta, they have the trading bot meta, and right now we're waiting, what is the next meta, right? Is it going to be the dog coins again, or is it going to be a lizard? We don't really know, right? All you can really go ahead and is analyze the trends, and the ways you analyze the trends is by following the bigger projects that did that. For example, Shiba was created because of Dogecoin. That was the meta at the time. It was the dog coins. You have the Pepe, you have the Telegram ones, so it's different metas every time, right? So it's really analyzing and looking at the first one, look at the reason why people are really excited about, and then looking for the other projects that could potentially mimic the same exact hype out of it, right? When it comes to meme coins, the only way you can really see when it's going to pump or when something's going to happen is by following their Telegram very, very closely. You have to realize that when it comes to these meme coins, really the only utility they have is community. That's their only really utility, right? Unless they're doing something very crazy that's staking and all this. But like I said, 99% of tokens will fail. So one thing that I like that you mentioned is how you mentioned follow the money. We'll take a look at this. I followed the money on one of the Pepe whales. He made $3 million out of $25. Does that mean that's going to happen to everybody? No. That means that even if a project is supposed to be successful, even putting as low as $100 or even $50 will go ahead and go long ways if you do hit it right. It's really just a lottery ticket at this point. You really can't predict. You can have all the perfect reasons why a meme coin or an altcoin will pump, but it all really comes down to the back influence, right? Are people still excited about it? Is there any news coming out? Is a team speaking up about it? And those are the very critical areas you want to listen to. I think you want to go ahead and turn into the mindset of, if you are looking to go ahead and throw in more than $300 on these meme coins, be very, very cautious, because like I mentioned, most of them are going to fail, and really the goal is how to minimize your risk, but also how to make money out of that risk and be able to hit the correct one. So that's what I would say. Spread your money in between a couple. If you really want to go ahead and get more information, join my channel, Altcoin John. I go live literally Monday through Friday, and I'm also doing Sundays, where we go ahead and look at these opportunities live with the community, and I talk about projects that I truly believe that will be doing a 10x moving forward, with the information showing you the reasons why. But really, there's no way to go ahead and time this, man. I do a little bit of TA on these meme coins, but even then, it's very, very difficult. So that's why it's all about minimizing your risk, and you want to go ahead and do that. But it's very, very possible. And yes, follow the money 100%. Hope that answered your question, man. Very long answer.
Yeah, thank you. And also one question, right? I just wanted to ask, like, it's actually like a question I was trying to ask, how can I join your community, and like what can I do to be able to join your community?
Yeah, so right now I'm on YouTube, so I'm actually going live on this as well. So you can just go ahead and type in on YouTube altcoin John, and my NFTs like a little yellow, like the same thing as my profile picture on my Twitter. And like I said, I do cover a lot of meme coins because I like the opportunity, but I do mention to my community that meme coins are all gambles. At the end of the day, they're all gambles. If you really want to go ahead and it doesn't mean you can't make money, right? But you also want to diversify. You want to go ahead and invest in your Bitcoins, in your Ethereums, in your XRPs, and your actual real altcoins with real utility. These meme coins are really just here as a gamble, and you need to go ahead and go in with that mindset that it's a gamble and there's a high probability you will lose, but it's all about how can we go ahead and really minimize that and find the winners. So I've actually found a few projects with my community because me and my community help each other out when it comes to these tokens, and then I talk about it. You know, none of it's ever guaranteed. It is a high risk, high reward, but it's all about minimizing risk, right? And that's what we talk about, that only investing a little bit, only invest $50, only invest $100. Because if a Pepe whale was able to invest $23 and turn it into 3 million, there's no reason for you and I to do more than $50 to $100 on meme coins, knowing the fact that we're still in a bear market. We're in a bear market. We're not in the bull market yet. When we're in a bull market, you'll be able to throw $100 in any meme coin and you'll make tens of thousands of dollars every day when we are in a bull market, but we're not there yet. We're in a bear market. So you want to go ahead and minimize your risk and invest in projects that do have real utility, such as XLM, XRP, for me, Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash. Those are the ones I personally like. But yeah, you could go ahead and join the community and always ask questions there. And we're more than glad to help you out, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I just joined right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
Anybody else? We did have someone who was waiting to ask a question, but they've dropped off. So we'll see if they come back. Looked like they had some connection issues. We've got some more people join. We've got Ivan. We've got Michael O. We've got Letitia. We've got Charles Jr. Mark C. Any of you guys want to ask, or girls, ask a question or share a thought? Feel free to put your hand up on the app. You need to be using the mobile app to speak with X/Twitter. Just looking at the charts, Rodrigo, while we're waiting for some more questions, I see we went all the way down to 26,300, and we're starting to get a bit of support there. What are you thinking now?
That's the level that I was talking about in the beginning of this phase here. So we actually came all the way down to this level, and we are seeing some support. From this level right now, as you can see, if you have the chart open, we had a huge leg to the downside right now.
There's an echo in the mic.
Sorry, that was me.
So we had a huge leg to the downside already, and we are facing right now a good level of support, because as you can see, if you're looking at the charts right now, it was a previous level of very good resistance. So it held the price which held the price a lot of time. So I expect from
Thank you, Franklin.
Right that we can see some
Appreciate you, bro.
rally.
Welcome to the community. Go ahead and feel free to watch all my other videos. Let me go ahead and mute this real quick. Can I mute this?
26,600 once more.
Yeah, go ahead and take a look at my channel, man. I think you are really going to go ahead and enjoy it, and I really do appreciate you for tuning in today. And welcome to the community. I'm excited to go ahead and have you in here. A lot of big things are coming, but even if you go to my videos, you can see that I talk a lot about these coins. Like, for example, MLC token, right? I called out my community when it was at 39,000 market cap, and it hit as high as over 600,000 market cap. This one, I called out Pepe. This one's the other one that's going to be coming very soon. So there's a few tokens that I've already called that my community has made a lot of money. So definitely be on the lookout and take a look at the channel, man. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah. So yeah, we lost $700, right, since we started the space, and to begin with, and just starting to get some of that back.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, Crypto, how's it going, bro? Great to see you, man. Great to see you.
Been a little bit bearish on bitcoins for a while. I have people had hated me already sometimes on the YouTube, but guys, unfortunately, that happened as I was expecting, because one thing that we have to learn is to trade not with our emotions. So everybody, of course, wants the bull run to start already, the big super cycle and everything. But we have to stay focused and calm and see what the chart is telling us without any emotion. So when the price of Bitcoin was at 31k 500 right there, people were saying, yes, we are starting. And if you go on my YouTube channel and check my videos, I was saying, guys, take it easy. I don't think we are going to do this. I see a lot of bearish divergence right here that shows that we are lacking of strength of the bulls here. So we could start seeing here some movement to the downside. People hated me. I got some bad comments on my video back then, but as you can see, since that point, we went down already 20% from this point. So we have to stay focused on this, not on the emotion, but on the technical analysis itself. And also, as I said already, we were expecting this big leg to the upside. You asked me before about the news, right? So I like this type of news that we are having, but on my opinion, they are more like building a better infrastructure for us to have a super cycle. You know what I mean? But on the shorter term, I better prefer to just look at the technical analysis actually, and that's what we are pretty much doing on my Telegram, on my YouTube channel. Sorry, and this whole leg to the upside, we managed to trade it. It was almost to the perfection, because I opened the long at 25,600 and closed the long position all the way up to 27,700. So everything is on my YouTube channel. And also, people were asking me on the comments, and I answered them like, do you think that from this point we are going to we can give this movement back and go all the way down again? And I said, yes, it's totally possible, because on my opinion, we are just having a relief rally, closing the CME gap, grabbing this liquidity here to probably keep going to the downside. And as you can see right now, some days later, we almost gave back all the movement that we had to the upside, right? And the previous day, yesterday, and the day before, I was pretty much doing some scalps. People that know already know that I am more of a swing trader. Sorry, but
We
but
like we like this. This is a safe space. You know, if
Yeah,
you want to
man.
share that, whatever you want to share with you, it's totally
can I
fine,
feel
my friend.
comfortable here with you guys? So, anyways, I'm more of a swing trader, but I was also doing a lot of scalps. I was feeling that the market was going to the downside, and I was using a lot of leverage. I was waiting the price on the smaller time frames to have some really rallies to the upside, form some type of top formation, and then I was going like savage 20x with more money, and I made some profit yesterday using with this movement.
Great, guys. What about September? From the September and October, this is something that I've been reading a lot about this week. September's not been a historically great month for crypto, and October's usually been better. But based on, rather than just looking at the history books, compared to actually what's happening now with the charts, like what are you seeing on the longer, the monthly chart?
I am, as I said already, I am being a little bit bearish for the short time frame, for the short term. Sorry, for a while. So as you said, September is historically a bad month. So I think that this can continue, not of course only because usually it is a bad month, but because we are seeing the on the technical analysis here, on the daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, for example, we are having this bearish rising wedge that I just said about. We are also having Yeah, good to talk about this. With all this movement that we had to the upside on Bitcoin on these last days, if you change to the weekly time frame and you plot the 200 moving average, you are going to see that if pretty much we are doing with this movement was retesting the 200 moving average, which is a very important level as a resistance. So some weeks ago we broke this resistance to the support of the 200 moving average to the downside, and with this movement we just came touched it and we were absolutely rejected. So the weekly time frame is not looking good as well here on the Bitcoin price, not only because of the bearish rising wedge, but also because this, if you can look at the chart right now, we are even forming we still have 4 days until this candle is closed, but it is just looking ugly right now with a huge candle to the upside, you know what I mean? So I think that on this case history can repeat itself, and we are most probably going to see a bad month for September. I don't think that's actually a bad news, right? Because we are not only talking about spot here. We can trade to the upside, and we can trade to the downside. So we can make money anyway.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, many of us are holding Bitcoin for the long term as well as trading, right? And trying to balance those two things. So I've still been filling up my spot bags usually after a big dip. But so today would be another good day potentially for that. But yeah, maybe I think there's a lot of people waiting on the sidelines for it to get worse in September to do similar, right?
Yes,
I've heard of at least 2 people planning to sell their car this week, and these are nice cars as well. So to do that very fact.
Yeah. I mean, if you are thinking as an investor more than as a trader, then I completely agree with you, and I do believe that in the longer term we are going to go way higher, break above the previous all-time high, and keep going to the upside. So if you want to be a hodler, then guys, yes, I completely agree with what you just said. And every big dip that we have is another good opportunity of buying Bitcoin, because of course sometimes you're going to be like 30%, 40% on loss, but if you hold, I think that on the longer time frame you going to receive your profits, good ones. And that's the best strategy actually, because we of course we have experts, we have indicators, we have all the price action itself to help us to identify the bottom, but we actually never can predict, yes guys, for sure that's the bottom. So if we cannot predict that, it's better just to divide our money in a lot of parts and keep buying always that we have these movements to the downside.
Thanks, Rodrigo. I agree.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you too, Rodrigo.
Any more questions from the guys? Otherwise, I think we might wrap this up. There was another guest supposed to join today who couldn't make it, unfortunately. I think we want to try one of these again. We want to try some different times of day and some different days, maybe with a bit more notice for some more people as well. And we'll try some different formats. Andy couldn't make it today, unfortunately. We'll make sure we get him on the next one. It's his mother's birthday, so so happy birthday to Andy's mum. So we will just see if any more questions, unless there's any more questions in the next 10 seconds. If anybody puts their hand up, we'll jump to them. Otherwise, we'll go out on a song, John. Have you got one lined up?
Yeah, no, I don't have a song, but I have one thing to say though in regards to Rodrigo. So one good thing I do want to go ahead and say is that even though Bitcoin is not looking good, and I've been saying this as well to my community, so I'm with Rodrigo on that, I am quite bearish on Bitcoin mid to short term. Long term, obviously, the most bullish thing you could go ahead and see. But for my community personally, because we trade meme coins, this is actually a really good thing for meme coins. Usually when Bitcoin dominance begins to go ahead and dump around this area, looking at the monthly chart, our community right now is super bullish, and we're waiting for Bitcoin to go ahead and dump. As Rodrigo said, it could be a good thing or long term. If you're looking to go ahead and hold Bitcoin as a long term, this might be a good buying the dip opportunity. I think we could go as low as 21,000 to 18,000, just based on what's actual factual news of what's going on. The DXY hasn't changed. The DXY could potentially hit the 106 to the 108 area. So we're still looking at that very, very tightly and looking at Bitcoin dominance. So with those two indicators in our hands, we could go ahead and definitely say that Bitcoin is not done taking a hit. It doesn't mean you can't make money. You can make money longing, or you can make money shorting, or you can just stay in the sidelines, right? But for my community, ourselves, we're very excited to go ahead and wait for Bitcoin to finally dump and do its thing, because we're trading meme coins. And that's usually when meme coin season starts. It usually starts for us during September, and it goes all the way up to usually October towards November is when the season ends. And this actually goes all the way back with what happened with Shiba when Shiba was created. Shiba was launched around July, around that time frame, and then it pumped during the November time. So for us, actually, for my community, it's very, very bullish. We're excited. We're kind of finally waiting to go ahead and have Bitcoin finally dump. So crossing our fingers, this should be the next coming months for my community, should be the best for anybody trading meme coins and altcoins. I really do believe that we will be seeing some nice little pumps. And now it's going to be our turn to go ahead and make more money and have some opportunities. If you are trading the meme coins and the altcoins, a lot of opportunities are coming your way. But it just really depends on your kind of style, right? That's kind of what I wanted to go ahead and leave it off with.
Thank you, John. Look forward to some of the new picks that you're focusing on over the next few months. I'm very interested to see what those are going to be. And I think my problem with meme coins is I'm investing too much on just a few rather than spreading out, my lottery tickets like you were talking about earlier. So I'm going to listen to your advice more in future. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We're going to do more of these if people like them. If people don't like them, we probably won't do more. We appreciate any feedback. We really thank you for your time. We're going to try out different activities and different guests in future. And so thank you very much. And please check out our Discord community if you are not already a member. There's a free community, and of course there's also the Legends private community for the serious traders among you as well. So thank you ever so much, and we will see you on the next one.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
All right, awesome. What's up, guys? So we're finally back to our own community. So we actually had a good time today. So we had this collaboration with Bitcoin Senses on Twitter Spaces. So we're going to go ahead and be trying that moving forward a little bit more, possibly once or twice a week. As well, we have been collaborating with Natoshi on the Natoshi Show, which is actually coming out tomorrow. So we're actually going to be going live with her as well, and Rodrigo. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So it's usually going to be, Natoshi's going to be here. I believe Andy's going to be there as well from Bitcoin Senses. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And then, as typically, like we usually do with our community, then we do and talk about what we want to talk about, right? So welcome, Louis. Welcome, bro. His question was, what happened to BitBoy? Well, he got fired from his own company, bro. He got fired from his own company, and that's actually what's going on right now with BitBoy. He got fired from his own company. It's kind of a mess up situation. How's the audio on that, by the way? It's a little too high. Yeah, and then Franklin joined the community, so I'm very, very excited for you to join, man. Really, really excited for you to be part of the community. So because we did this actual live stream today, and we weren't really planning on doing anything too big, I will be going live later on today, depending on the time zone that you're in. I usually go live now. I've been switching it up because I know a lot of you from my community are worldwide. You usually go ahead and get done with work pretty late, or some of you are from the eastern side of the world. So we are going to be streaming again today, later on PST, because a lot of my viewers are from the US as well. We're going to go ahead and live stream again 1 p.m. PST. Yesterday we actually live streamed for 3 hours. I don't know how I do that sometimes, but yeah, that's when we're actually going to go ahead and talk about, you know, what we're seeing right now in the market. I mean, now that I have all of you here, might as well talk about a little bit of what's going on in the market, winners that we currently are right now. We were talking about hot dog yesterday. I did mention to the community that for me personally, I was waiting for it to go ahead and retrace. Looking at the Fibonacci retracement, the ticker symbol is hot dog. The project is called Sonic. It has over 600,000 of a total market cap. And I did mention that I definitely do want to go ahead and see it retrace around this area before we want to go ahead and buy in. As you guys heard, what we want to go ahead and do moving forward is risk the less money, make more money and risk less, right? And for example, you know, Louis actually got into a project, threw in like $40, and he made over $800, right? So it's all about how much can you go ahead and risk, and how much money can you actually go ahead and make. So you don't want to go ahead and over risk yourself, because I've been there. I've thrown in a couple grand into a few projects, and they go to zero. I know crypto has had the same issues, you know. So there's been a lot of problems that you definitely do not want to go ahead and jump into the hype right now. With hot dog on Sonic, we want to go ahead and wait for it to go ahead and retrace around this level of the 618, and then we're going to go ahead and decide whether we should go ahead and jump in or not, right? But as you heard it with Rodrigo, nothing has changed overall, guys. You guys shouldn't be surprised. None of this BS news matters. This is all BS. I don't care about what the SEC is being spanked over a Bitcoin ETF. I don't care. You and I know the reality of the truth, and the reality of the truth is the DXY and Bitcoin dominance. Who cares if Bitcoin goes down? I don't care. I don't hold on to any Bitcoin because in my opinion right now, I think it's kind of pricey. I think Bitcoin could potentially go down to the $20,000 or the $19,000 area, and I wouldn't mind buying Bitcoin then, right? But I think 26,000, it could go ahead and reverse. You know, we talked about this yesterday on our stream. But for all those that missed out on the stream yesterday, I did mention that Bitcoin could potentially go ahead and go down over here, consolidating for a while meme coins do their thing, and while the halving comes even closer to that, and then we'll see Bitcoin do its thing. It doesn't mean that Bitcoin can't go ahead and hit $40,000 and retrace down to $18,000. It is a possibility, but to me, I don't care. The only thing I care about Bitcoin going up or down is whether I'm going to long or short. I don't hold on to Bitcoin. I only hold on to Bitcoin Cash, and once I do start to load up on Bitcoin, I'm not really going to care whether it goes up or down, right? We're here for the long run. We're here for the 2 to 3 year mindset, because we're here and we're patient. We know what is going to be coming. We're not here desperately trying to catch the tops and the bottoms, because as you could tell, what happened? Guess what happened with Bitcoin? We were all right about this, right? Didn't I tell you yesterday that I was looking to go ahead and short? Guess what? You won't believe it either. I was about to transfer some money because I was going to go ahead and short this market, and for whatever reason, my MetaMask wallet was having issues. I was having like this RPC code where it says like you can't move money. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully my wallet's good, but I can't move any money right now, so I'm kind of effed right now, and it's probably a sign for me not to trade, you know. So I'm not going to trade this month. I'm going to go ahead and wait till the end of the month. I think we're already in the new month. Oh no, tomorrow's going to be September. We're starting the new month tomorrow. So I believe September is going to be the best month, guys. Don't follow the bullshit, you know, news about September is usually the worst month. You can still make money, you know. I mentioned this yesterday. I was looking to go ahead and short Bitcoin. Unfortunately, like I told you, I was having some MetaMask issues where I'm having like the JSON RPC error. I've been trying to fix it. I'm just going to leave it as that. I don't know what it is. Hopefully my money's okay. Now I actually got a cold storage wallet, so I'm actually going to be transferring my money into a cold wallet, because I no longer want to go ahead and have that vulnerability in that area, which I totally recommend all of you. I'll let you know the storage that I actually get and how it is. I think it's called like Safe Power or something like that. It's actually really, really affordable. It's like $65. So I'm going to go ahead and try it out. If I like it, I'll go ahead and let you guys know and recommend it. But till then, let me go ahead and try it out, all right? But I mentioned this. I said yesterday, if I do go ahead and enter Bitcoin, I will be shorting at this level of the 26,800. And if it does go up higher, I'm going to go ahead and put my stop loss at around a little bit over 28,700, around almost 30 or 29,000. Sorry, 28,800, around the area. I said right here, I was going to put a stop loss and I was going to begin a short here. So if it goes down, we could go ahead and capture Bitcoin all the way down to $24,000. And I really do believe that's what's going to happen. Why? Because the DXY is going up. It's very, very simple. This is not rocket science. People got wrecked here going long. Short. People got wrecked right here trying to go long, trying to capture the hype, and they got wrecked. They got wrecked. This is all wreck. This is no good news. We talked about this. All of you are smart enough to understand this. And if you don't understand this, it doesn't mean you're dumb, right? You just really need to go ahead and really understand what is going on with the market. It's very simple, but yet complicated. This right here was manipulation of shorts getting, it was a liquidity grab. I was about to short the market right here because Bitcoin was lacking and was supposed to already go down to 24,000. But guess what? They ended up doing a liquidity grab right here. They ended up getting all those shorts liquidated, and then they ended up capturing some longs right here, and they got liquidated as well, causing this dump. So you and I shouldn't be surprised about what's going on right now with Bitcoin, right? We mentioned yesterday, I don't feel comfortable trading this market, guys. I don't feel comfortable. Why? Because the narrative hasn't changed. Nothing has changed yet. The DXY is still at a very critical area of, it was at least at a critical area of support. Now the question is, will the DXY go ahead and hold that area very nicely, or will it go ahead and get rejected and fall back down? If you are not aware, when the US dollar goes up in value, Bitcoin takes a hit. So every time we see the DXY on a green, Bitcoin takes a hit. Every time we see the DXY do a red, cryptocurrencies go up. So right now it looks like we finally found this strong area of support. We've seen it was once previous a resistance, and we've seen it hold pretty well and break it pretty well, right? So that is safe to assume that we are now going to be entering the areas of the 104 and potentially the 105. So don't be surprised if you see not only Bitcoin but the DXY hit these areas of the 105 to the 106, causing Bitcoin going down to $24,000. And there's a reason why I've been quite bearish, because the narrative has not changed. It hasn't changed. And right now, looking at what's going on with Bitcoin, volume still being lacked. The DXY is going up. This is pretty much a good scenario to go ahead and confirm that Bitcoin's possibly going to go down to $24,000. Doesn't mean that's going to be the case, because potentially what could also happen with the DXY is that tomorrow we could actually go ahead and see if we actually touch the area of the 104 and break it. If we go ahead and get it rejected, if we go up right here and we get rejected, well, guess what? The DXY is going to go down, and that means Bitcoin's going to go up. So the scenario goes out the door, right? But as soon as the DXY breaks above this area right here and it breaks above it, it's safe to assume that we're going to go ahead and approach the 105 and the 106 area, meaning that Bitcoin will go ahead and hit $24,000. So we have to be very, very cautious about that moving forward. The narrative hasn't changed. I'm not trading right now. I'm not trading right now because I don't know what's going to happen. Right now, it's the market's overall neutral. Even if you go ahead and look at the fear and greed chart, look, fear and greed. Comment down below any other questions or concerns you have. Let me know how your day's going. Hope all of you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. We are going to be live streaming twice today, all right? So right now, the market's neutral, and it doesn't update for another 6 hours. So later on today, when we stream, we're going to go ahead and see how we're doing. But so far right now, the market's neutral. Not much has really happened. Ignore the news of what's going on, this crypto news of all this BS. It doesn't matter. I don't care what really happens. Grayscale faces fee war in US spot. I don't care about any of this. Elon Musk has licenses in multiple states for processing payments. Cool. Coinbase CEO reveals top crypto deals he's urging devs to work on. So like all of this doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is the DXY and crypto dominance. Let's go ahead and take a look at crypto dominance real quick. And we're going to go ahead and end this stream just short, because we are going to go ahead and do our typical live stream that we do. But I mean, we are getting a lot of action right now. Welcome, Tillery. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are actually getting a lot of action in the stream. And low key, I might consider live streaming twice a day. So let me know, comment down below, should I go ahead and live stream twice a day? Should I go ahead and stream around this time and potentially stream around the usual time that we do? We are getting a lot of action. I wasn't expecting a lot of you to actually be here, so I really do appreciate you. So comment down below if I should stream twice a day. I don't mind. I don't mind. It's really if all of you are down and want to hear me twice a day, you know. I mean, yesterday we ended up streaming for what, like 4 hours, almost 3 hours, 3.5, like almost 2 hours. So comment down below. Comment down below one if you want me to go ahead and begin live streaming twice a day. I don't mind it whatsoever. I'm just trying to work around your guys' schedule, because I know for some of you, when I'm streaming, it's already, you know, late at night, or you guys are at work. So I'm trying to look for a balance between. Luckily right now I do this full time. I'm Web3 full time, so my schedule is very, very flexible. So I'm willing to adjust to different time zones and schedules depending on the time that you guys are available. So go ahead and comment down below. Like I said, very, very flexible schedule. Obviously, I could go ahead and move it, but I'll move it for you if you guys really do want me to go ahead and stream twice a day. So right now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin dominance, right? And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the monthly real quick, and we're going to go ahead and see if the scenario has even changed whatsoever. Obviously it has not, right? We know it. We look at this almost literally every day, so you and I shouldn't be surprised of what is going on with the market. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at it either way, right? Because we want to know if we are entering the area that we've been talking about. So wait, this is incorrect. Which one is it? I think it's this one. Okay, there you go. So Bitcoin dominance, right? We've been talking about this over and over and over again. And I'm going to keep on talking about it until we either reject this area or we are actually, you know, correct about what we've been talking about. But looking at the Bitcoin dominance, and I want to go ahead and give this a reminder to everybody that is brand new to the channel. Welcome. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button for me. Really does help out the channel a lot. So take a look at this, right? So back in the last bull run, 2021, around July, this was July, right? Around July, Bitcoin ended up topping. Towards August, Bitcoin began to dump. And when Bitcoin began to dump, we actually saw a lot of action into meme coins leading all the way up to September. So far right now, it looks like this month kind of lacked. So my question is, will meme coin season be a little bit overextended, or will it extend into December towards January? And that's what we got to really look at very, very closely. So based on that, back in 2021, we saw meme coins start to pump around the July area leading into August. In 2022, we saw meme coins begin to pump and altcoins begin to pump around the May or June. I'm not sure if any of you remember that. Do you remember when meme coins and altcoins were pumping around on June of 2022? I do remember that. I remember that a clear day. I remember this day clearly, and I remember this day clearly as well. So they always say history tends to repeat itself, right? So this is 1 year, this is 2 years, and this is the third year. So far, Bitcoin dominance actually did the opposite of what people were expecting. And this is the reason why I was very bullish and I was expecting meme coin season to come. Well, guess what? Meme coin season actually ended up being delayed because Bitcoin dominance went up for whatever reason, right? So we have Bitcoin dominance go up, which is it topped at 52%. Bitcoin dominance, for all those that are not aware or don't know, Bitcoin dominance just means how many people are interested. You know, the higher the interest in Bitcoin, the lower the interest on meme coins or altcoins, because people would rather go for a safer alternative, which would be Bitcoin. When people start to make their money on Bitcoin and they made all their money, they're like, you know what, I'm kind of bored of Bitcoin. Let me go ahead and risk more money. And what happens is the people that made money on Bitcoin are now going to go into riskier assets such as Ethereum and alts. If you really think about it, a lot of these meme coins are running on what blockchain? Ethereum. So this is the reason why we have altcoin and meme coin season, because when people lose interest in Bitcoin and they're open into riskier assets such as Ethereum, now meme coins are going to be traded more. And when the Ethereum goes up higher, what does that mean? That means that altcoins or meme coins are going to be worth more in value. as well. It's because there's more interest in the market. People are willing to go ahead and risk more money. So right now we are at that critical area, and we've been talking about this. How is this month going to end? We're really going to go ahead and see how it ends today, right? I'm hoping Bitcoin ends on a red, because if Bitcoin does end in a red, it is going to tell us that we are going to be entering meme coin season. And for us to go ahead and get that full-on confirmation that we are, I definitely want to go ahead and see it fall below 48% dominance. And right now we're at 49.51. Do keep in mind that each candlestick represents 1 month. So we're looking at the longer term time frame. Sorry, my nose is getting itchy. I always get itchy. I'm wondering if I have allergies now at this point. But what I'm saying is that we definitely do want to go ahead and see Bitcoin dominance drop below the 48.92 in order to really confirm it. And in order for me to feel confident that we are officially in a meme coin season, is seeing Bitcoin dominance go as low as 47%, which would be around this area right here, a very critical area. I do believe that if we do go ahead and have Bitcoin dominance fall below on September for Bitcoin, we will go ahead and see a fall below right here, causing Bitcoin dominance to go ahead and touch all the way up down to 38%. And that's when you and I will be making a lot of money with meme coins, altcoins. And this is the reason why I've been telling all of you, prepare, buy the dips, load up on cash, because meme coin season will be coming. And the question a lot of you will be asking is, John, what happens if Bitcoin dominance goes back up and all of a sudden, we don't get that meme coin season run? Well, it's okay. It just means that it's going to be delayed by a couple months to maybe half a year if we don't go ahead and get that rejected, which everything's in our favor, guys. Everything's on our favor. Bitcoin dominance, the DXY, what's going on with the overall economy. We all know they're going to go ahead and push this agenda until the Bitcoin halving. So there's really no reason for Bitcoin to go ahead and start pumping now. It's better for them to go ahead and lose the interest in Bitcoin, buy it at a cheaper price. When the Bitcoin halving comes in, they're going to go ahead and push the prices up once again. So I really do believe, in my opinion, that we will be entering this area. And it just so happens, if you really look at this chart right here, it's going to happen around September, right here, leading to October, leading to December. And if we actually go ahead and see how this has been reacting, let me go ahead and pull out a chart of Shiba, right? Because maybe now you will believe me a little bit more of what I'm talking about. It's all about data, right? They say humans lie, but they say numbers don't. And we have to go ahead and identify the data of when all of this started. It says right here, Shiba was created back in July 5th, 2021. July 5th, 2021. Keep that in mind, July 5th, 2021, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Shiba Inu, and let's go ahead and compare it, because we're not going based off of emotions, right? We're not hoping that meme coins go up. We're not doing any of that, right? We're actually going with facts of what has happened in the previous past. And we actually see this right here. We see that Shiba started to pump in August, September, and it ended up making its new all-time highs in October of 2021. And look at that. Look at that. Literally, it was red, kind of boring market, and then das, boom, out of nowhere, Shiba Inu did that. And that's when meme coin season really started. I remember that day literally vividly. I remember I was at I was going to a Halloween party, and I just remember seeing my portfolio just pump, dude. I remember that day. Like, I could literally almost feel it, and I could remember that night because it was a great night too as well. And I remember this, and I'm sure a lot of you remember, and you're like, dude, you know what, John? I think you're right, bro. I do remember that around that time, 2021, I remember altcoins or meme coins pumping. You had a lot of dog coins pump. Look, right here. We started off in July, down. Shiba ended up dumping about probably 50 to 60 or 80%. Then it started to pump slightly in August, and then guess what? It started dumping all of August again. Around September, it had a small little pump, then it dumped again towards September, mid of September. I told you this. I told you mid-September we should be getting a little bit more of some bullish scenarios. Mid-September, now it begins to pump, and it takes off exactly. I'm not saying this is going to happen exactly, right? We don't know when it's going to happen. We just know that September is usually a very bullish month for meme coins. And then it pumped around September 16th. It pumped, and then it dumped again another 60 to 80%. People were discouraged. Then moving on to September, towards the end of September, early October is when Shiba Inu took off, and to be exact, it made its new all-time highs on October 4th, leading the mini bull run with Shiba all the way up to October 27th. And that's when meme coin season kind of died down around November. And I'm sure a lot of you remember. Some of the coins were still pumping around November, but they usually died around that time, because I remember moving onto December was literally the time right here when a lot of meme coins officially died, and it was right here around this area is when meme coins officially died. They died right here, and then they were all red for a while. They were all red for a while, dumping, and it just kept on dumping. And you could go ahead and see this with other meme coins, right? We're not going to go ahead and see the last pump too much on Shiba. Let's say, for example, 2022. I guess you could go ahead and mark it right here. But like I remember around this area right here, which was the last, I believe it was last year, this is where the rest of the meme coins were not only pumping, but also a lot of altcoins started pumping around this area on 2022. So we have to go ahead and go back to history, really focus on the areas that we are looking at. And let me go ahead and read the comments now, all right? I apologize for that. Kind of went off the grid on that one. Good afternoon, bro. Good afternoon, man. T Millie in the house. Let's go. Evening, man. Evening. MLC, buy the news, sell the rumors. Yep, 100%. Yes, if you feel like it twice a day. Yeah, I'm pretty down, man. Marco says, don't burn yourself out, man. Hey, Marco, glad to see you here, bro. I wasn't expecting you to be here, bro. I really wasn't. I'm glad to see you here, man. Yeah, man, I hope not. Definitely, I want to go ahead and prepare myself for this bull run, right? Because I mentioned I do ideally would like to go ahead and stream twice a day, 7 days a week. That would be the goal. Right now, we've upped it to Monday through Friday and Sunday. So now we're streaming 6 days a week, and now the goal is to go ahead and stream 7 days a week and stream twice a day with a video. So the goal would be, pushing out 2 to 3 videos a day would be the goal. Right now, I've been kind of lacking, honestly. But we're going to go ahead and see how things go. I'll try to be around as much as I can. I already been missing Natoshi's show. I owe her some flowers now. Yes, my day's all over the place. Yeah, Crypto Live Packs. We're actually going to be collaborating tomorrow with Natoshi. I don't know what time we're going to be doing that. So I will be tuning into her show tomorrow with Natoshi and Rodrigo. Naveen, hi John, I'm new to the community here. Welcome, bro. Welcome. What do you think of coins of CWR, SLC, Eartha, Costa, very low cap coins? Costa is really good. Yeah, Costa is actually really good. I was actually in the middle of making a video on Costa. I actually deleted the video, so I will be making that video once again. I'm actually working on that right now, and a lot of new and a lot of big things will be coming very soon as well on that. So I'm very excited to have all of you here. Really do appreciate all of you. Go ahead and smash that like button for me real quick. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with MLC right now at the moment. MLC is down about 50%. It looks like we lost a lot of our gains that we have been getting the last couple days. And honestly, it doesn't really surprise me too much. We are currently at 180 holders with a total liquidity of $22,000 and a total market cap of 142. We're not too worried, because if meme coin season is around the corner, I do believe a lot of these meme coins will go ahead and pump. And right now, looking at it, it looks like we did go ahead and break below the 618 area, but I did mention that this will be a very critical possible area of support, which was right here. I mentioned that if we were to go ahead and get rejected right here, we were going to go ahead and fall down and potentially go ahead and hold this area of support, which is around right here. So like I mentioned, I'm not too surprised. What we need to go ahead and see, and what I've been saying the last couple of days, we need to go ahead and see MLC pick up in volume, because right now we have been lacking on that. But honestly, I don't take it too personal due to the fact that meme coins right now in general are lacking volume. So is Bitcoin, and I think that's just due to the fact that people are wondering and trying to figure out like what exactly is going to be happening, right? Are we going to go up? Are we going to go down? So we really want to go ahead and see MLC hold this area of support right here. If we do go ahead and break it, I do believe that, you know, the token might be potentially dead at that point, and we're kind of done with. It doesn't mean that's exactly what's going to happen, but usually we've tend to see that usually when projects do lose a very critical area of support, it usually means that we go down below it, and once we go down below it, it's not a good sign whatsoever. But looking at the 4 hourly, it does look like a major head and shoulders pattern is forming, and actually did form, so we could go ahead and potentially see it consolidate around this area before taking off, retesting, and then going back up and hopefully making new all-time highs. So hopefully we could go ahead and get new holders. The more holders we get, the higher this project will go ahead and pump. It's currently at around 180 holders, I believe, from what we looked at right now, but we are seeing a lot of selling volume right now and not enough buying pressure. So in order for this to go ahead and turn around, we want to go ahead and see it go ahead and flip around the switch right here at this area that was once an area of resistance. And if obviously we do go ahead and break that area that was once resistance, which is our new support, means that we will go ahead and fall down even lower. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So let's go ahead and look at that. Like I said, you don't want to invest no more than $50 to $100 when it comes to these meme coins, because at the end of the day, they are lottery tickets. These meme coins are lottery tickets, and we're really almost hoping and crossing our fingers that it does change our lives, which I'm very positive that a lot of these will. But we also have to be realistic with ourselves, right? Are we really doing the right thing here? Right now, I do want to go ahead and talk about repo. Repo is actually doing pretty good. Repo's actually pumping back up, so I definitely do want to go ahead and see it pump back up at this area of resistance before confirming that we are officially back in a bull trend. Marco, is Pepe Community dead? Let's go ahead and see it. I was actually looking to go ahead and short Pepe Community, man. Talking about shorting Pepe Community, go ahead and use my MEXC link down below. You can go ahead and leverage trade all the way up to 200x, currently giving all the way up to 9,100 in bonuses. Make sure to go ahead and read the deposit program to see how you could go ahead and take advantage of the bonuses. But most importantly, it does support the channel, and I really do appreciate all of you that have been using my link down below. It really does mean a lot to me. So let's go ahead and take a look at Pepe Community. So we currently are down 41%. Hey Marco, by the way, I was looking to go ahead and play some shorts, man, and for whatever reason I've been having some issues with my MetaMask. I keep on getting like RPC error, so I wasn't able to place any shorts, bro. So I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed, but that might just be a sign for me not to go ahead and trade right now. So I'm just gonna leave it as that. But I was transferring money from my MetaMask onto my MEXC account because I was looking to go ahead and short some positions, specifically Pepe Community, bro. I think Pepe Community, I don't want to say it's dead, but I do want to go ahead and say this is a good opportunity for a short, in my opinion. This is a good shorting opportunity. So you can still go ahead and make money, and the reasons why I'm going to say that, because I was actually looking to go ahead and short Pepe Community yesterday. That's why I was trying to load up on my MEXC account, but I was having some issues on transferring monies from my MetaMask to my MEXC. My MetaMask is having some RPC error. You need to fix that because Pepe Community is going to die. Yeah, dude, 100%. Well, I didn't get to buy into Pepe Community, bro, unfortunately. And that's what I'm trying to say. That with Pepe Community, I was looking to go ahead and enter a short yesterday. As soon as we ended the live stream, I was going to enter a short right here because I knew that it was going to go ahead and dump and potentially, honestly, like you said, die. And the reason why is because we mentioned that on the 4 hourly, we were looking at a very critical area. And we wanted to go ahead and see a break above right here that was once an area of resistance, and it did go ahead and get rejected. So another previous area of resistance was this area right here, which it got rejected as again. So what does that mean? There's a high probability that we will go ahead and break that area of support, going down even lower. So this might actually be a good area to go ahead and short. Obviously not financial advice, but you could potentially be looking at an 80% dump, and that is based just on the 4 hourly. Let's go ahead and take a look at the daily right now. And looking at the daily, it doesn't look as bad, honestly. But what I could go ahead and definitely say, and the reason why I could say confidently that we will go ahead and trend down, is the lack of volume. We're not seeing enough volume at the moment as we did around this area right here. We saw a lot more volume, and then we saw more volume when there was a lot of selling pressure right there. So we actually have been decreasing, and the decrease of volume will probably get even lower. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I think potentially Pepe community could go as low as the 5 cent area, 0.5, and that could be actually a good shorting opportunity for all of those that are looking to go ahead and trade this. I was actually going to long this, but looking at where things are heading, it's not looking too well. Obviously, all of this could go ahead and change if we do go ahead and respect this area of support, which would be ideally at this area right here. If we do go ahead and support and hold this area of support, there could be a potential that we could go ahead and retest this area of resistance one more time before getting rejected again and then going down. So you definitely do want to be on the lookout for that. But you know, the indicators are clear. We ended up getting rejected right here, which is something we definitely did not want to go ahead and see, and the reason why I've been short ever since. I was super bearish around this area right here. I didn't place any shorts because I wasn't able to. I've been having issues with my MetaMask, but you would have been on a really nice short right here, because then we saw it try to retest these areas, this level one more time. It got rejected, and this could go ahead and confirm us that we are officially now going down even further down to this area right here, which, like I mentioned, is a high possibility due to the lack of volume, unless they have some really good news that comes out of nowhere. But I think this project's done with. And there's a reason why you can't always be following the hype, right? Because if you're just like following the hype every minute without really understanding what you're doing, you're gonna lose a lot of money. And I'm saying that from a personal point that I've been there. You know, I've been there, done that. I remember when I was looking at the meme coins, the last previous bull runs, and I was making money and never took profits because I was being really greedy, and I thought that wasn't the top. Looking back now, I have a lot more confidence, and I know when tops and bottoms are going to happen, due to the fact that I've not only become a better trader or a better, you know, TA analyst, but as well that I'm going back to the data and trying my best to go ahead and learn from my mistakes to not go ahead and repeat that again. And that's what I'm saying, and I recommend everybody do not invest no more than $200 into these meme coins. No more than $200. You could become a millionaire off of $20. We've seen it with Pepe Original. A guy put 20 something dollars, turned it into 3 million. So it's very, very doable. You do not want to make the mistake like I did, where you would put $1,000, $2,000 into these projects and they all die down, especially during a bear market. We are still in a bear market. We haven't really seen much going on. And you do want to be super cautious and aware of what you're doing currently right now at the moment. So this is one token that I've been extremely bullish on, and I do want you to go ahead and take a look at, due to the fact that, hey, you're still here, Crypto. Appreciate you, bro. I thought you were watching Natoshi already. One of the projects I really want all of you to go ahead and take a look at is Pepe Gains. Go ahead and take a look at Pepe Gains. I was actually quite bearish for a while, but there has been a few things that have changed on Pepe Gains. Hey, by the way, talking about Pepe Gains, I'm going to give you some alpha right here. I'm going to give all of you some alpha. So I actually just came across this project yesterday. It's called Trump. And then the ticker symbol is MAGA. And I'm actually quite bullish on this project. And you're going to ask yourself, like, John, why are you bullish on a project named Trump? Well, take a look at this. There's total supply is only 46 million. 46 million, meaning it could realistically hit $1. If you go ahead and see its all-time high actually hit 13 cents. And it's currently right now at 7 cents. And it actually started as low as 0.0000005. So less than a penny. And it now is worth about 7 cents at the current price. I'd be very cautious about entering a position right now because we are seeing lack of volume. But I do want to go ahead and mention that this could also be a buying opportunity for a lot of us. So I would definitely go ahead and suggest all of you add Trump, ticker symbol Trump or MAGA, onto your DEX tools or whatever tool you use, and then just go ahead and add that and watch it very, very carefully, because we want to go ahead and see where this is going to be heading. And it does look like a head and shoulders kind of forming right here, which is not a good sign usually, and it might go ahead and retrace down to 3 cents, so about half of what it is right now. So definitely let's be patient. Obviously, if we go ahead and miss out on it, it is what it is. You know, we're not here to go ahead and predict every top and bottom. It's very, very impossible. I do want to go ahead and mention that it's nearly impossible to time every top and bottom. But even looking at the Fibonacci retracement, you do go ahead and see that there is a strong area of support around this area right here, which I could definitely go ahead and assure you that it's going to get rejected, and it's probably going to go down back to the 3 cents, like I mentioned. I didn't even know this. So we're looking at it live. But this could potentially go ahead. I think it's going to dump. So let's just be patient. If it pumps, it is what it is. There's a lot of projects like Silk Road that has been pumping, and we've been waiting for it to retrace. But you can't catch all of them, guys. I'm telling you, it's all about being patient and, most importantly, being confident in what you're buying or trading. If you're not confident in what you're buying or trading, you're going to be scared, literally almost pooping yourself every night, hoping and crossing your fingers that your play goes through successfully. And if you are scared when you're going to sleep at night with your investments, that means you're over leveraged and you're probably using money you can't afford to lose. So I definitely go ahead and suggest going with the mindset of this being the casino and don't expect much from it. So when you wake up to 20, 50, 100K in profits, you're going to be like, damn, bro, I did the right move. But if you don't, then you just don't expect much, right? Just don't have high hopes for anything of what we're talking about. But looking at Silk Road, it looks like we are actually entering a very, very important area of resistance right now. It looks like we have topped it multiple times, and I did mention actually yesterday that it did look like we are forming a cup and handle pattern. And you know how bullish usually cup and handle patterns are when they go ahead and react like this. So I would say this is ideally almost a perfect cup and handle pattern. And it's more than likely going to go ahead and break above this resistance, making new all-time highs. So if you were looking to go ahead and jump into Silk Road, obviously not financial advice, it does look like right now could be potentially an opportunity. Or if you want to go ahead and play it the safe kind of way, you would go ahead and wait for this area of resistance to go ahead and break above. Does mean that you will go ahead and have to buy it at a higher price, which could potentially be a 50 to a 60% price. That's a lot higher than what it currently is right now. But at least now you could go ahead and say positively that this project will go ahead and go higher because there is a lot more buying pressure. So definitely be on the lookout for that. It looks like usually cup and handle patterns are very strong patterns of a bullish action. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Could be worth a trade. Right now so far, because I am kind of I have been holding a lot of meme coins, I'm just going to go ahead and wait for them to do their thing. I just loaded it up on Bitcoin Cash, and yeah, I'm just going to be patiently and wait and see if any of the projects that we jumped into are doing pretty well. You know, Hoppy at this point just seems like a pump and dump, so I'd be very cautious with Hoppy. I was once bullish on this project, but like I mentioned, this is the reason why you don't invest a lot of money, you know, because it does look like they are a straight slow rug pull. They always go ahead and pump it, dump it, pump it and dump it. So it's not a good sign. Usually it's a sign of a lot of manipulation going in, insider trading, or team tokens being sold. And as you can tell, you see a lot of repetitive wallets right here, which could potentially be what I just said, team tokens or potentially a bot. But you know, we don't see a lot of repetitive action like that over and over again. So it's clearly manipulated. Stay out of that. I have talked about that in the channel. But yeah, Unibot might be a worth one looking at as well. This is more of a longer term play. I do believe that Unibot will go ahead and hit over $300 during the bull run and potentially hitting around the $1,000 mark. And so far right now, we have been actually holding on to this area of resistance, which has been around the $100 area. So looking at it right now, it looks like it potentially will go ahead and dump down even further if we get rejected at this area of support, which could be a potential possibility. And if we do, and if we drop down below to the $40 area, then I'll definitely be loading up on a lot of Unibot. But yeah, I really do appreciate all of you tuning in around this time. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream about now, and I'll go ahead and catch all of you onto this next stream in the next coming hours. So really do appreciate all of you. Like I always mentioned, go ahead and make sure to use my links down below. Go ahead and use my W link and my MEXC link. W, you get 10% off as well using the code PEPE2. So hope all of you enjoyed this video today. I'll catch everyone on the next stream that I will be streaming, I think, in how many hours?